In this video, I'm going to show you the new releases that are available in the shop for February starting today, as well as some of the free printables so that you can try out printing on sticky notes yourself. Hi, I'm Kristen and I post functional planning videos on my channel a few times a week. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. Well, today is Functional Friday. It is the last Friday of the month, the last Friday of January to be exact, and on Functional Friday, that is when we have new releases in the shop and new freebies to download. So let's not waste any time. We'll start with the freebies because who doesn't love free printables? The way you get the printables is you join my newsletter. It's free, and I will put a link in the description, but it's my website. It's kristenkramer.com/free, and you sign up for the newsletter, and then you will use that same link to access the Freebies library where all of the free printables are. The way the free printables library works is that as long as you are subscribed to my newsletter, you will have access to that library and you can download anything you want that's there. And every month I will switch out the freebies so that there is something relevant to the new releases. So for February, the theme is budgeting. So we have a pack of budgeting sticky notes. So the free printable sticky note sample is a no spend sticky note. And so that will only be available from the last Friday of January through the last Friday of February. If you're watching this in the future and this freebie is no longer available, you can still grab the no spend sticky note in the budgeting pack in the shop, which of course will be linked in the description. So the February freebie is the no spend printable, and it comes in both Monday Start and Sunday Start on a single sheet. And then the sheet will also have your guide on how to print on sticky notes. I'm going to link a video above here that is a small tutorial on how to do it, and that will be linked in the description as well. The new releases available are budgeting themed, and so we have a pack of 6 different sticky notes, and it includes no spend, which is what you're going to get on your free sample, and it has low spend, on budget, a spending tracker, a bills due tracker, and a teller slip. And like I said, they're available in both Monday and Sunday Start. So I thought we could talk a little bit about what you could use these for and how they're set up and how I imagined them when I was designing them. So you have a monthly tracker here that has 5 weeks. If you wanted to, you could fill in the dates that correspond with the month that you're using this in, or you could use the boxes just to check off days that maybe, for example, on your no spend or your low spend or your on budget days, you could just check off the days that you were, tracking that you didn't spend any money, or you stuck with your budget for whatever you set out for yourself for that month. So you could just check those off. Maybe if you did have a day where you spent money, you could write in the total here. However you really wanted to use it, you could color code this and fill in the boxes based on like the amount of money you spent each day. Maybe if it was $0 to $10 could be one color, $11 to $20 could be another color, and so on and so forth. Over here on the right, we have a budget review where you can check off each week that you have reviewed your budget for the week. And those all have that except the bills due. That one says bills paid. So you could mark on your bills due sheet, like each day you have a bill and maybe you write how much it is, or a little code for what kind of bill that is. These are big enough that you could even use icons in them, and I'll show you that in a minute if you had icon stickers that represent your bills. And then you could check off each time and each week when you've paid your bills for the week. There's a blank space at the bottom for notes. Now that can be used for anything. I had thought for myself for a no spend, this could be like the rules of my no spend, because obviously you're gonna have to spend money on groceries and gas and whatever other random things that you and your family need to survive. Or maybe you have budgeted for a specific category that you know that you're allowing yourself to spend money in, but there are other categories that you don't want to spend money in. Those are the kinds of things that you could write down here in the notes section. You could also write the thing that you're saving money for. If you're doing a no spend challenge as a way to save money for something else that you want in the future, you could write that in as a reminder. So every time you look at it, you remember why you're completing this challenge challenge. Now, the teller slip is a little bit different because it's not really a tracker. This is for when you go to the bank to withdraw cash. If you're using the cash envelope system, this is where you would just write in how many of each bill type you need and the amount of money and whatnot. And you just give this to the teller with your withdrawal slip and let the teller know how you want that total amount to be broken up. And then they will give you the bills in the increments that you've requested. There's also a note space on this. You could use that for anything. You could draw a happy face and say hello to the teller, or you could write on here just a note for yourself. Maybe you have more than one account that you're withdrawing money from, and so you could write a note so that you know which account this goes with. Really, the options are endless. I wanted to keep it as minimal as possible and as functional as possible without boxing you into using it a very specific way. I wanted it to be something where you could make it work exactly for you, exactly for your budgeting system and the way you work with your own finances. I have here the sticky notes that I like to use, and I talked about these in the how to print on sticky notes video. It's also linked in the sticky notes printing guide that is included with your purchase. I like these 3x3 post-it super sticky white sticky notes because they work really well. Just them being white works really well, but you can print on any color you have. I would say use what you have first, just to make sure you're comfortable with printing on sticky notes and everything before you go buy these. But they're very inexpensive. You get a big pack of like 6, I think, when you order them on Amazon, and they last for a really long time. I also have these out because one of the other freebies available in the resource library is the February calendar set. So I released those as a freebie for January because I didn't have the download available yet in the shop, and I didn't want, when January started, I didn't want anyone to not have their January calendar. So I went ahead and released the January version of the calendars as a freebie, and everyone loved it so much I decided to do it again for February. So not only are the no spend freebies available, but you're gonna be able to grab the February calendar freebie, and that is the mini calendar here. This is the version you would get if you purchased them all at once, but this is available on the freebie sheet, as well as the 3x3 calendar. And let me see if I can find that. Well, I've obviously taken the February one off of my sheet here, but this is the January one. So this is the one you get if you purchase them all at one time. But essentially you're getting a 3x3 calendar for February and a 1.5 by 2 inch calendar for February as a mini calendar. And these are from Amazon, and I have those linked in my description as well. The freebie sheet for the calendars comes with both Monday and Sunday start, so you only have to download one thing and they're all there on the sheet. So make sure you're signed up for my newsletter so that you can get access to the freebies, and if you use them, I would love to see it. If you want to tag me on Instagram, I would just love to see and share you using your printable sticky notes out in the wild. That would make me so happy. Okay, so I want to show you real quick how I've been using the bills due tracker. I just made some notes as to what the bills were for, and then I decided to throw some icons on there just because I wanted to, because I have them and they're fun. So these are Planner Kate BW icons, and they would fit better if I didn't write the dates in, but that's how I've been using the bill tracker for January. I'm going to be using the no spend for February because I want to save some money for something, and I think that this would be a really great way to save money. So keep an eye on my planning videos in February and you would be able to see me using that. This is also available in the shop. This is the cleaning checklist, and that's just a blue version of this one, so you can kind of see how it looks printed on a different color. On your 3x3 sticky notes, they're going to come on a sheet like this, which has got 6 of the different ones, but you're also going to get 6 pages of individuals. Maybe you only want the no spends for a while and you can just print a sheet with 6 no spends, or you just need a bunch of teller slips for every week. You can print that sheet over and over again to get as many teller slips as you want. But if you wanted a variety, you could just print the first page, which has 1 of each. So you will be able to choose how you want to print. Like I said, that video is linked in the description on how to do it, but you just place your blank, you print this out, you place your blank sticky note over top of it, and then you put it back in the printer and print it again. And it's so easy, and this just adds a lot of extra planning space and extra function to your planner. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing, because I post functional planning videos on my channel a few times a week, and if you liked this one, you're probably going to like those ones too, and I would love to see you in the next one. Until then, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Happy printing! Bye.